Good day, everyone. This is Patrick from EasyFX Code Trading System, and this is Saturday, the 28th of August, 2021. And this is the weekly technical analysis for spot gold and dollar yen for the first week of September. Let's begin with spot gold, where you will see yesterday on Friday, it had a strong bullish move that punched through the resistance levels of 1800 of the monthly pivot and the daily 200 EMA as well. We expand this and from open to the high about the 250 pip move, and that's all due to a weaker dollar that was triggered from the Jackson Hole Symposium, the statement from the Fed Chair Powell, and later on his speech on the market expectation of tapering. Initially, they were hoping for tapering soon, maybe perhaps in the next month's meeting, but it was clarified that it's probably further out into November, December, likely November. And apart from that, the market was also hoping for a follow-on interest rate hike after that, but the Fed chair has clarified that it's going to be separate, and it could be further down the line towards could be end of 2022, end of next year. So the market was pricing in the dollar as being more aggressive and stronger, but now it's tumbled down, and as such, spot gold has taken advantage. And if we take a look on the 4-hour time frame, you can see that it's moved from the support at the 4-hour 200 EMA, and that's the 250 pip move, and that was triggered only last night at 10 p.m. Singapore time. That's 10 a.m. Eastern time in New York, and it was actually likely on the way down after doji on the Thursday, but and sitting just above the weekly pivot for last week. And things have turned around. So now this is going to be a critical support zone above the 1800 now, and the monthly pivot of 1804.65, and it closed on Friday at 1818, just above 1818. So it's likely going to test the double top area here, resistance at the 1831 area, and if it breaks through, then it's on its way to test the 1850 levels. All right. So we'll see how far it can push up for next week in this short-term bullish environment. Let's move this over here now. That's going to be support. So let's change this to support. And likely to target this swing high area. This double top area. And if it goes through, then 1850 will be a major resistance zone. Okay. So let's remove this box from the previous week where it was consolidating. So on Monday, it did already try to move up higher with poor US flash PMIs. And after a pullback to basically retrace that whole move, it was sitting waiting for Friday's statement and speech. So we can also take a look at this move and see from this doji. So this high of the consolidation and the pullback into 21 fib area, and trying to target the 138 fib at 1825, and it goes through that, then 162 fib is at the 1843, so just below the 1850 area. And these are also possible target levels. So we'll see if this fib plays out. And beyond that, if it goes through 1850, there's already a known significant resistance zone at the 50 fib at 1876, and this confirms it at the 200 fib extension at 1873. So that's another resistance zone there, but that's for later. This week there's some news, ISM manufacturing and services news, and of course the main news will be on the jobs report on Friday, the non-farm payroll report, and that will be a key one for the Fed as well as another data point. And if that proves to be strong, then that could help the US dollar recovery as well, and try to turn it around. But we'll see what the US dollar movement is going to be first half of next week. Okay, let's also take a look at the US dollar index, the DXY. And on the Monday, it had already started dropping below this swing high at the 93 area, and attempting to recover from Thursday, but after testing it and with the news coming up, it fell to the 78.6 fib area. So that's going to be support now in the short term, but if it does break through, then it could target the daily 55 followed by the daily 200 EMA. That will be at just above 92. Okay, so this swing high area now is going to be resistance at 93.17, and we're back into that zone. And we'll see early part of next week whether it's going to break down. Okay, let's move back to spot gold. So after this strong bullish close, and the weekly candle is of course very bullish after doji the previous week, and there should be some bullish momentum to carry it forward and higher. Okay, so we have to watch these resistance areas to see any resistance there to stop its momentum, or whether it's going to easily break through it. Okay, and if we extend this further as well, could continue all the way to the 162 fib. Right, so just be aware of that. So short-term bullish, and we'll see how far it goes for next week. Let's move on to the dollar yen. And dollar yen has remained fairly quiet and tight in its narrow range for last week, restricted by the monthly pivot at 110, just above 110, and the 38 fib as well as the 110.00 level. So this is still a strong resistance zone here. But it's also, it didn't go back much on the Friday, on the US dollar weakness. So support is still at this 50 fib area at 109.57. And if we take a look at this area here, we could see possible ascending wedge. Okay, and we'll see if this holds, and support, yes, it's around this 50 fib area. It needs to find support there and bounce and recover to climb back up above this major resistance zone. So otherwise, if it breaks through, then there could be further weakness back down towards the 62 fib retracement area, and this support zone around the 109. So it's critical for early part of next week to see whether there's any potential bullish momentum to break through this resistance zone and this trend line here, which could impede its progress. Okay, but I won't draw that trend line for now. Still early for now. Okay, so this is rather small compared to the dollar Swiss weakness that fell a lot more because of the exposure to the euro as well, which the euro has benefited. So Swissy also has benefited, or rather the Swiss franc. And on the weekly time frame, it's sitting as a spinning top again. So, but there could be some weakness for next week if the support breaks. So let's see what happens for the first half of next week. Okay, so do check out my other videos on the other major pairs, and have a good trading week and a safe week, and cheers for now.